Hey guys, Jesse here, and welcome to part 1 of my work in progress for my master grade strike build with I.W.S.P. The concept of this build is just to do a weathered build, no battle damage or anything, just to make it look pretty like realistic and used. So what I've got done so far is the torso and head unit. I've sort of changed up my building flow, I guess, and technique. What I like to do now is to build each unit by parts, do the weathering, finish it up, and then assemble it. So I used to build the entire thing, like just snap fit the entire thing, do the decaling, then do my painting and stuff, and then finish it off so I can put it all together at once. But that felt kind of how do I put it? Like it felt too much, like as if I was doing so much at once just to get it done at one point. So because like I wouldn't top coat like the arms until I had the legs finished, and if I didn't have time in one day, my arms would just be sitting on like the alligator clips while waiting just for me to finish the legs. So by doing it this way, or in this order, I feel like I'm accomplishing like little milestones, which feels a lot better. But anyways, this is what I've got done so far. As you can see, I've just done like a simple silver dry brush on the darker parts with some sponging for paint chips, and on the lighter parts such as the white and yellow, I've done black sponging and actually mixed in some brown, because some feedback I got on my master grade GM build was that the black sponging could have, like, the color could have been broken up a little bit with some brown or gray. So I'm going with some brown here. I think I should have used a darker brown because it doesn't come up through as a chipped paint too well. On some parts it looks really good, but on other parts it looks kind of weird. But I've got to keep it consistent through the build now, so I've got to use that same brown. What I'm using is this Tester's Flat Rust, I think it's called. Yeah, Flat Rust. This is the brown I'm using. Maybe I didn't shake it enough or something. And for the silver, I'm just using my good old handy dandy aluminum, flat aluminum from Testers as well. And for black, I'm just using an acrylic black. It could be any black, really. So that's what I've got done so far. So I'm building the each part, decaling them, weathering them, and then top coating, and then assembling. So just talking about the build so far, it's a very simple master grade. Doing the building process of just snapping it was incredibly quick, and so getting to weathering was very easy. The arms here are pretty cool. I kind of like, so you kind of see how they're already naturally at a kind of V angle, and that's because these can't really go in any lower because the plastic kind of runs into this bottom piece here, and as you can see, the screws actually go into the arm. That's where those screws go. But you can't really push it in any more than that, so it kind of naturally has that strong V-shape pose, which is, when you're posing, you really want to get the shoulders in a nice upward angle. So that's kind of cool that it kind of naturally does that. But these arms can go really high up and come out and everything. I'll cover that in the review. But the head here, I actually really like the proportions of the head. The Strike RM proportions are like more slick and realistic, I guess, but I actually kind of like the stoutness and look of this head. I think the giant V-fin really kind of contributes to that. One thing I don't like about it is the back of the V-fin's like super flat and looks really weird from behind. But other than that, the head is very, very nice. So the stickers for the head are these here. So you can see the eyes are just a flat yellow and flat black, and the camera stickers here are just flat blue. They have like no reflectiveness to them. So I went ahead and painted all that. As you can see, the clear piece doesn't come out the back, so you either have to use a sticker or paint that little section blue. And so that's what I did there. And on the eyes, this will focus. The eyes there are also painted. You see mine are a little bit reflective, and you're not going to be able to see the camera up there, but that's a clear piece, and I painted that blue as well. What I did was I just used some Gundam marker. Blasphemy. But it worked really well. Just use some Gundam marker to paint in that black, then use my gold metallic Gundam marker to do the eyes, and then the blue metallic Gundam marker to the cameras. And again, it worked out really well. I actually think it came out, the color came out really nice. And the Vulcans here in the head are white normally, but I went ahead and painted them gray. My camera will focus. There we go. Yeah, I just went ahead and painted those gray. I actually used the Gundam marker for that as well because all my really small brushes were currently kind of getting cleaned and stuff. So I just used this gray Gundam marker, the fine 0.1, and just went at it. I just had to do multiple coats to make sure that it's solid. When you're painting details that small, I have nothing against Gundam markers. Like, they're actually really useful for that. But if you go watch my Gundam marker video, you'll know that I hate when people paint like entire pieces with Gundam marker. It's nasty stuff. I did paint the pilot. I can't get the cockpit open anymore, and it's not because I put too much paint or anything. It's just you really need long and slender nails to get in there to pull this open and pull that forward. But I'll find a way to open it during the review. But the pilot is painted in there, and it's kind of a shame because I feel like it's one of my best pilot paint jobs I've done, and I'm not gonna be able to show it off easily, at least. But yeah, so torso, very nice. You can kind of see the lack of color separation, as I mentioned in my unboxing here. All that in there should be red and gray, but it's just all dark blue. But otherwise, yeah, I really like how this is coming out. And as for next things I'm doing, here are the arms. I've got the arms done here. As you can see, the decals on these things are pretty sparse. The decals, by the way, are okay. They're all stickers, and there's some dry transfers. These like little power-looking symbols are all dry transfers, but the rest are stickers. They're too large, so you have to trim them. So I'll show that in a second here, but there you go. There's the two arms, very plain. Will look much better when we weather them, but they all have double joints. No peg in the hand, as expected, and so that's going to be really fun, getting it to hold weapons. Here are the shoulders. I really like this decal. This is such a cool, and this is a drive transfer. This is such a cool decal, and they actually want you to put it on the back of this one and put this Omni on the back of this one, but I feel like that's way too much, so this is it for these. This is as decaled as these are going to get. But yeah, that is such a neat decal, and it came out really, really clean. And then this one says Omni Enforcer, so that's nice too. For some reason, these can open. Again, I haven't seen seed in such a long time, so I don't remember if that served a purpose, but that can open. But otherwise, yeah, they're just shoulders. But again, what really makes this is that decal. So I'm gonna weather those up, and that'll be the next sort of stopping point, and then I'll do the waist skirt, and that might be the content for my next work in progress video. But here are the stickers that I mentioned. You can see how much sort of negative space is on these stickers, so you really have to trim these for them to look good. And then you can see how big these dry transfers are. Look at the size of that one. Yeah, but these are really cool dry transfers. I really like them a lot. And for sponging, just some people are wondering, I just use just go to like Michael's or Hobby Lobby or even Walmart, but just buy like a variety pack of sponges, and you'll get a whole bunch of different textured sponges. So this is like a fine one, which I just cut up from. Then there's like a coarse, they might have like coarse ones and stuff like that. So just people ask like what kind of sponge should you use and such. Just buy a variety pack and experiment on spare pieces or a spare runner or something. That's really the only way to find out which sponge you like the best, if that makes sense. And of course I did some streaking with just regular Tamiya Weathering Masters. So nothing, I'm not doing anything super out of the ordinary for this build, but I am really liking the proportions on this thing. And I haven't built a master grade Gundam in a while. I've built mostly like grunt suits and stuff. But yeah, well, that's it. That's all I've got for this work in progress video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.